Hello, it is December 8th, 2022 at 11:31 a.m. And obviously, it is the month of December. I just wanted to make a quick video because I've been showing my apartment while I am wrapping up a music video that had to do with capturing video of the different locations within my apartment that I had recorded since coming here in 2014. It started off in the bedroom. You see my refrigerator? This isn't my kitchen, by the way. You're going to see that in a minute. This is my bedroom. I think they designed it for it to be a living room. But it's my bedroom. And the reason my stove and refrigerator are over there is because when I moved here in 2014, I didn't have a full understanding in the recording process at all, let alone soundproofing. I live in a building, so you got the sound of people in the hallway or in apartments, upstairs, down below, across the hall, down the hall, up the hall, like 3 different directions, and people walking by all the time. It could be very challenging to record if you're serious and you want to make a real recording in an apartment living inside of a building. When I came here, the first place I started, as in my other video, was right here at the dresser with Playfully Purple. I think it was either Personal Lake of Fire in Dayton, Ohio, or Happy. I think I recorded here. Then eventually, I started to realize that I didn't really like having this much space while I was just trying to capture my vocal. So I decided, after watching a lot of different things on YouTube, to turn my little tiny kitchen into like a singing booth. The second place that I recorded when I first moved into this apartment back in 2014. Check it out. Up there is Lily. Now this isn't the exact setup. This is my soundproof blanket I like a lot. That comes in handy. I use that for a lot of things. My stuffed animals. What I do is I sit down here and on my counter here, I used to set up my laptop computer and then I would sing away and pretend that I was in a fort. I would close this here. Let me see. I don't know if I'll be able to or not. You see that? That's my mic stand up there. I run it from one end of the cabinet of the kitchen to the other end of the kitchen. The width of it, I guess you could say. And then this time I put my sheet, but before I used to have another soundproof blanket. And evidently when I was at the laundromat, I think I might have shared this, I went to Goodwill and either A, while my laundry was being dried or washed, if you would, probably dried, somebody took my soundproof blanket. Or B, I forgot it there and then somehow somebody ended up getting it then anyway. I got one of them. I now stick with my wash, at least the majority of the time, unless I'm taking over a small load and of things that I'm okay, that most likely nothing's going to happen like that. So I would come in here and I soundproofed it the best that I could. I had another soundproof blanket and I finally upgraded to the idea of putting this on the wall. And I had not my base cabinet down here, but I might have had it there, but I ended up putting one like a portion of the way up. I have my phone here. See that? And I would just come in here like about midnight or 3-ish in the morning, somewhere in there, because that's when the apartment building itself is nice and quiet. And for the most part, the quieter times during the day is about midnight. Well, anytime after 11 o'clock until about 3, well, no, until about 7, 8, 9 o'clock. So that gave me a window frame, kind of like my 8-hour day of being able to sit down here and record. Once maintenance and everyone started to come in, they sometimes do work outside of my window down below, 3 floors, but I can still hear a lot of noise sometimes if they're running like power tools and stuff. And you got the garbage truck that comes in to pick up the dumpsters rattling and making all kinds of noise. People coming and going in the parking lot with their vehicles and stuff, and then slowly it begins where, as people are passing through the hallways and stuff, it gets kind of noisy. So, I use a close range microphone because the condenser microphone I have literally picked up the traffic, which is approximately a block away from where I live. Okay, I can see the road from where I am, but it's about a block away from me that the road is, and when people tear down the road or tear up it, it literally comes through my microphone if I'm recording, and it'll pick up other sounds of people if they're walking around up top, or there's noises in the environment next door or what have you. Somebody's listening to their music outside or something like that, like rap, and it's booming and stuff. Every little sound that condenser microphone picks up other noise that I do not want in my music. Very frustrating because a lot of people suggest using a condenser microphone. And what I've come to the conclusion is maybe these people didn't have like seriously harsh times in their life, that they came to the understanding that if they're serious about recording, they don't want any noise going through the microphone and being captured and recording unless it's what it is that they really truly want in their recording. So there would be times that I'd hit playback and you could hear the traffic and stuff, for instance, and you'd hear different sounds of the environment. So it took me a while to figure out time frame, what would be the best time frame for me to actually record. It took me a while to really register because of the dominancy of people using condenser microphones, etc. And I only had so much of a price range to work with if I want to do what I want to achieve. Not to mention I never liked living in Ohio to begin with because I'm from Lebanon, Pennsylvania. I ended up using a microphone that Paul David Bach had given me while he was alive. I used it for all of my recordings, or at least a majority of them. Definitely the last time that I recorded, which I started in 2019, I did Ragtop, which is Could Have It All. I did Magical Bride, Valley Child, 4.5, and then I did an AV, which is actually Crazy Life 2018 mixed with another version of a Heartbreaker that I altered the ending with. And it all turned out really good. I did a lot of recordings and a lot of editing, a lot of EQing, and a lot of mixing and automation and mastering. But that process, the environment can be a little bit noisier. As little as possible is nice. The truth of the matter is, when you're actually capturing vocal or recording like an acoustic instrument or something, I personally just want to capture what it is that I'm trying to capture, because this is the way that I ended up recording my music. And I ended up doing this against my will originally. I'll tell you in short, is the reason that I only limited myself to a few songs is because I've never connected with one fucking goddamn human being that was as serious as I am about fucking doing music, or I don't want to do it.